Walt Disney World is rolling out the orange carpet for Halloween and autumn already in August. But something feels a little off, and that is, well, they're only doing it part ways, halfway, and maybe trying to save costs at a time when it costs you more than ever to visit the happiest place on Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel that continues to give you the news you need to know, especially when it comes to places like Disney World. Today we're talking about Magic Kingdom and the decor, whether or not you will be happy. Because, well, Disney has decided maybe it's sapping a little bit of their funds to make sure you have a fun time as soon as the next season rolls over. What are we talking about? Well, don't go anywhere. We'll explain. Click the like button and let's dive in. All right, folks, take a look at this. It is out of X from Ashley Carter. Fall decorations have started going up at the Magic Kingdom, but there's more to this story than meets the eye. But look how fly Magic Kingdom is looking. There's the firehouse. We got the bunting. If you don't know what bunting is, it's those little half circles. They call those buntings, and the pumpkins are out. I got to get that one middle bunting secured. But things are starting to look a little bit more fallish. A little bit more like autumn. And the same is happening over at Disneyland as well. At Disney Scoop Guy, probably scooping Dole Whip, says the Disneyland front gate pumpkins have been spotted heading to Disneyland. Folks, take a look. With the audio shut down, I hope. Yep, there we go. Let's play it. Here they are, traveling on down the road. There's Donald and Pluto and all the rest in pumpkin form. And you would think that they would cover those things, you know, put a tarp over them, but nope. You can see them right from your car as they are headed down to Disneyland. But not all is well, not all is swell, because, ladies and gentlemen, something new is happening, and this is confirming, I believe, what we've been reporting about the Christmas season for Disney. Let's take a look. It says, alert from all ears, posted by JP. Halloween hits Magic Kingdom, but not like we were expecting. Big news for Halloween fans, but it's not exactly what we were hoping for. There's some of the decor. It says it's a common argument whether Disney celebrates the holiday too early, since August is pretty early in the year for many people to celebrate Halloween. No matter what your opinion is on the matter, it doesn't change the fact that Magic Kingdom is starting to put out its spooky decor. But we've got to be honest, starting is the key word here. Previously on the Magic Kingdom. You'd walk into Magic Kingdom one morning to find that overnight Halloween decor was suddenly taking over the park. We were hoping that would happen today, but alas, only some of the decor is up. There are no pumpkins outside the entrance yet. It's just plain. And there are no pumpkins on the street lamps of Main Street, USA. The pumpkin lanterns that are above the shops on Main Street also aren't out. In fact, the only decor that is out is the bunting on the Main Street buildings. And that's about it. Halloween merchandise is also filling the Emporium right now, and some of these collections are selling out fast. All right, now you might say, Pro, what in the world is this segment on? Well, two things here. One, the Magic Kingdom just can't wait to get summer out of there, because summer has been abysmal for Disney, so they want it gone. Despite what they crowed about and tricked some of those folks out there in the mainstream to report on, it has not been a great summer for Disney World. They would love for fall to just get underway as fast as possible. The other thing, though, is, and Vash, you know all about this, one of the pieces of showmanship from Disney World and Disneyland is that one day it's summer. The next day, 7-8 hours after the prior closing, when the park opens, boom, everything has changed. It's a new season. It's all done. It's all wonderful. It's all great. And guess what? That's not what's underway this year. Vash, we had said that, I guess this was a couple months ago, we were hearing that they were not going to do the traditional changeover from Halloween to Christmas in one night. It was going to take several days. Might come down to costs. It costs a lot of money to pay cast members and third shift to come in and transform an entire park overnight. Now they're just like everybody else. They're like you for your decorations, for your holiday decor, where you're like, you know what, this Hobby Lobby stuff up in the attic, I'll get it out as I can. You know what, if Halloween's still up in April, whatever, I can only go so fast. That's Disney of today, Vash. What do you make of it? The idea that we're getting away now from overnight transforming the parks. What say you?
When it comes to like the changeover and how long this has all been taking, it's disappointing that Walt Disney World has been taking a little bit more of a Disneyland tack in this instance, because Disneyland for the last, I would say 10 years, the holiday decor is extended out like anywhere between 2, maybe even like 3 weeks to get things up and get things changed over in order for for these parks to celebrate the holidays. Historically, at Walt Disney World, that has really not been the case for the reasons that you state, right? Because people are coming for once in a lifetime visits, maybe once every 10 years, once every 5 years, and so on. So they want the parks looking the best that they can look, despite, no matter what season that they actually are in. So Disney has historically put a great effort forward in order to make those changeovers possible. Unfortunately, because they've been reducing so much third shift, they've been reducing entertainment, there have been cuts everywhere. And even the decor themselves, by the way, it's not like, they have the same amount of decor. It takes teams of people to maintain all the decor all year round. And unfortunately, those have been cut back and cut back and cut back. And so you see less decor, and it's put up in this extended period of time as there are less hands to do it. And it's super, super unfortunate. It's very sad, but honestly, when you are bleeding the amount that they are, at least the parks are, and Disney themselves, in the form of attendance, per caps, and everything else, doesn't necessarily surprise me that they're not putting their best effort forward in this regard.
Now, Kevin, the difference here is that when people go to Disneyland, I don't have as much as a problem because it's more of a locals park. So you might go to Disneyland 3 or 4 times a year. Walt Disney World caters to a much more international audience and people, farther away. They might not be from Brazil. They might not be from the UK. They might be from upstate New York. And they're trying to have a big vacay. And they don't want to arrive at the Magic Kingdom, and they're halfway between 4th of July and Halloween. I don't think that's acceptable, because they want the park to be looking complete. It's already behind, walls everywhere. Now we're getting so lazy that it's like, we just, because it's not like, Kevin, Vash, it's not like they can't do it. They've done it for decades. They don't want to pay to have it done. Kevin, what do you make of it?
I think you're 100% correct. It's them being lazy. People pay buku bucks for a top tier experience. Listen, I'm also one of these people who says, let's leave Halloween in October where it belongs. I just, that's all I'm going to say about that, for the sake of not upsetting a bunch of people. But adults, it's for kids. Stop ruining things for kids. Halloween is not a holiday, by the way. Stop it. Stop it.
Wait a minute, Kevin. You're telling me that Halloween is not a holiday, and yet I have heard, stop by all the neighbors to find out who's got the best candy.
I do.
For quote unquote scientific reasons.
That's right. It's how I teach my kids about socialism. The best way possible. No, it's a shame. Listen, we know Disney has the manpower to do this, even on a tight budget. This is about cutting corners. This is about being lazy, and it sends a terrible message. And at the end of the day, in a world of Epic Universe, in a world of the smaller attractions, being willing to provide a more robust experience, in a world where you're seeing more states get really big attractions, you're seeing more international attractions. I do not understand what Disney is doing, but they seem hell-bent on devaluing the brand and cheapening the experience. I'm even looking at the pumpkins on the back of the truck. You're right. They should have been covered up, and they should have been hidden, and it should have been a big surprise reveal for everybody at the park. The only thing I could think of was, maybe we're trying to get everybody excited. As you're driving around town, you see the goofy pumpkins coming in, but this is slapdash, haphazard, any other word you can think of to describe just this really poor execution and leadership.
Oh, absolutely. And Ron, you're at the parks all the time. One of the biggest things that happens at Disney World, in terms of we're all amazed, is October 31st. The night ends. The next day you go in, and everything's Christmas. Everything's changed. Ron, I think that's going away. I think it's going to be a 3 or 4 day slow walk of getting rid of the Halloween decorations, put in Christmas. You might even see Christmas decorations at one end of Main Street, Halloween decorations still up on the other side.
Actually, I saw that last year.
Oh no.
Yeah. I believe this may have started last year where they're not so focused on getting everything up in that magical overnight exchange that people have been used to for a long time. And when I was a cast member, so there's a website that is proprietary for all cast members.
The Hub,
right? The Hub, right? So you go to the Hub, and typically what would happen a month or so before this is they would be asking for anybody who wants to volunteer to come in. And if you were going into overtime, they would actually pay you overtime for this. For going in overnight, like maybe you show up at midnight and you work till 6 a.m. or something like that, and you could voluntarily sign up for it. Somebody would assign you anything to do because, again, an overnight change would definitely be all hands on deck, and you didn't necessarily even have to work at the Magic Kingdom for that. It could be anywhere on property, could have been any role on property, as long as you could physically handle whatever they were going to.
Right. So you're talking about, so Ron, let me make sure I get this right, because all of the hotels are decked out. Most of the restaurants are decked out in holiday decor. Yeah. So whether that is the 4th of July stuff, whether that is the autumn stuff, whether that is Christmas, all that stuff has to come down and the next thing go up all over. Not just Magic Kingdom, but all these places. You're saying that in the past, it all happened overnight and cast members were paid lots of money, and it benefited the cast members because they got to put money in the piggy bank.
But specifically, the only place it ever really happened just overnight was at Magic Kingdom. Across property, they go up at different times. But Magic Kingdom was, because it was the Magic Kingdom, they wanted that magical changeover from summer to autumn, from fall decor to Christmas decor. It wasn't nearly as big of a deal at other places. Now, eventually, of course, it all gets up. But when you see things like them prioritizing putting a new bar in the lobby of the Grand Floridian over putting in the giant gingerbread house.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on, Ron. Ron, you're saying that the Grand Floridian lobby, where they have the grand piano and they used to have the orchestra, you're saying that you don't want beautiful items and amazing holiday things. You want the bar. Is that what you're saying? You want
no.
Like everybody else, the opposite. Got it.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's right now it's a construction zone there, and people that are coming during the holidays, people from all over come to the Grand Floridian just to see the giant gingerbread house. It is an amazing thing to see. They sell fresh gingerbread out of a gingerbread house. It's so big. And they're prioritizing putting a bar
booze
in the
I'm sorry, Ron, I'm sorry, but the gingerbread didn't have the same margins.
I guess when you see what they're prioritizing, it tells you the whole story. From what I can tell, Disney doesn't care about the average family like Walt did. I mean, Walt wanted your average family, your generational people, to be able to bring their kids, grandkids, grandparents all to the same park, enjoy it together in a very family-friendly, non-alcoholic environment. That's what Disneyland was for many years. It's what the Magic Kingdom was for many years. Now, more important than getting up the decor for the Halloween party, which debuts this Friday, by the way, more important than that is making sure that the Beacon Barrel is ready to sell alcohol in its first day at the Pirates.
Well, I'll tell you this. We had some That Park Place reporters who were relaxing at the Grand Floridian during one of the very hot times of the day, and they ran across some other bloggers, vloggers, and that type. I won't drop names, but they were hanging out in the Grand Floridian listening to the pianist play, the pianist, if you will. And they were talking about how that's going to go away because once there's a bar in there, it's not going to be quite the same atmosphere. And I think you're exactly right, Ron. Now, I will say, I don't expect all of the fall decor all over the entire resort to go up just overnight. But I do expect that the Magic Kingdom transforms overnight because otherwise you got a halfway done park for your entrance. And I just don't think that's the right thing for Disney to do if families are paying so much, they may not be back, for 3 or 4 years. They don't want to come in and be like, well, we got some 4th of July here, some Halloween there, maybe a little Christmas up there. I don't know. All right, Vash, I'll give you the final word on it since you're such a Disney aficionado. Unless you want to weigh in on what you think as well.
No, I'll defer. Again, I just think it's sad. People pay a lot of money. And experience should be paramount here. This is, I find myself hopeful that at some point in time, someone on the board goes, we have to kind of reject the modernity here. The tradition is what's going to save Disney. The catering to a single adults who want to drink on property, it's silly. You're going to lose that. You've lost the generational capture. You're repelling long-term fans. You're not rewarding loyalty. You're lessening the value with every bonehead move you make. You do not need to be, you don't need an MBA to understand why this is a horrific failure on their part. We're not Disney haters. I want them to do better. Disney was the standard bearer, and standards matter. We have standards for a reason, and to see this company turn away from what made them the standard bearer, it genuinely breaks my heart. This is something that this is a conversation I don't think we should be having, and it's silly that we are.
Well, Vash, as we get ready to wrap up, I'll just say that one of the reasons that Disney may be struggling is because the money is made in these after-hours VIP events now. So Disney's got to run Mickey's Not So Scary basically in summer. I mean, this thing's going to start in the middle of August because they got to get as many of those not so scary Halloween parties in because that's where the money is happening.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, they have to get the revenue supply going right there. And even Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is very interesting because it hasn't been selling out to the degree that one would expect. And this includes the Kabuki Bash as well at Disneyland Resort. I don't know what that means for the entire industry going forward, especially for Disney when it comes to the enthusiasm for these holiday events dropping off in the way that they have. Maybe it's just Disney, maybe it's other places, I'm not sure. But I think Kevin said something really, really profound, this kind of thought of generational capture, this idea of this parks division being affected by that. I think it is going to be for a pretty large extent because the audience has dropped off in the way that they have, and because Disney's investments as a whole haven't necessarily gone towards inspiring a new generation in the magic, let's say. The Disney company is forced to make concessions wherever it can, especially in the theme park division, in which operating costs are so high, in order to maximize revenue and keep that money really flowing in. And so what concessions do you make when you do that? Well, maybe you don't run the attractions at top efficiency. Maybe you keep a couple of ride vehicles off in order to reduce costs that way. Maybe you don't spend all the money that you have in order to keep entertainment going, in order to keep decor going in a timely fashion. You just make all of these concessions there, and we call it declining by degrees, right? And it really does start to affect you when you see all of those things pile up. Maybe one or two things don't. When you see it all pile up right there, that's where the magic really falls away. And it's so sad to see, but Disney has really nobody to blame but themselves.
Ron, this is a photo you took last year. I just want to be clear for people. This is not from this year. We're not even close to this yet. But this is last year, November 1st, I believe. This is your photo?
Yes, November 1st last year. I went to check out the park. There it is. You can see the Christmas decoration, Christmas Mickey, Christmas Minnie up front. The Halloween bunting still clearly all over the train station with the Christmas leaves in front. It was very confusing. It was the first time I'd seen this, and also the Christmas tree had not gotten up yet. So it was like the care, the consideration that used to go into making that magical transformation, because you got to think people come here to actually see this magical transformation. They plan their vacation around
it's a good point.
Halloween and Christmas, and they want to see that changeover because people from England, people from Saudi Arabia, people from Brazil, they're coming there. It's like it's the Magic Kingdom. They do. People have talked about this, right? They do this really cool thing, this crazy thing. It's Halloween one day and it's Christmas the next, and they go there on October 31st, and they go to the Magic Kingdom on November 1st, expecting to see that complete changeover, and they get this dual personality Magic Kingdom of we don't know what day it is.
That's a fantastic point, Ron. There are lots of people who they schedule their vacation so that they're going to be there both on the 31st and on the 1st, and the reason for that is they go so they can enjoy Halloween on the first half of their vacay and Christmas on the second half. Disney going away from that, no good, no bueno. All right, Jonas, that's where we'll stop it for today in terms of the Disney situation. But if you want, folks, to have a great situation with Disney, maybe don't plan on that turnover happening the way it has in the past. It is such fun getting to spend time together, folks, but we have come to the end of yet another video. Well, that makes the mainstream scratch their heads, pull their hair out, and wonder, how is it we continue to do what we do? But you know what we do this for? It's for you. To keep bringing all the knowledge of entertainment, explaining what's going on in Hollyweird each and every day. And you can help us continue on that way by clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. Share this out on your favorite social media platforms, and we would love to have you drop a comment right on down below. Share your thoughts because, well, your thoughts truly do matter, and we mean it. As we get ready to say goodbye, we end with the common refrain. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.